Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the Living in Halifax channel. Here we are at Citadel Hill on a beautiful June day. Today we're going to be going over 7 new developments that are slated to be completed in Halifax over the coming years, and one of them over probably the coming decades. I'm Tom Moore. I'm your host here at the Living in Halifax channel. We are a real estate channel based in Halifax. So if you're thinking about making a move here to Halifax, or you're thinking about making a sale, then as always, please reach out. My contact will be in the information below. But yeah, we're going to be going over 7 separate developments that are kind of occurring throughout the greater Halifax area. We'll be going over them in detail, adding a couple pictures and whatnot of the rendering. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so up first we have the McMack Native Freindship Center. It's going to be right here, actually in this space, right kind of at the corner of Gottingen and Citadel Hill here. They're going to be moving it from a little bit further up from Gottingen, and the renderings look awesome. It actually reminds me of what the proposed new art gallery was going to look like. But this is a 70,000 square foot odd space that's going to be used for the Indigenous population here for kind of culture, events, social programming, and it'll be a gathering space. And again, it's going to be a really beautiful building that's going to blend really well into kind of the downtown core and the Citadel Hill area. Now, this is probably a decade or more long project. We have the Bedford Commons, which is going to be situated kind of just over in that area towards Bedford, way at the other end of the basin. Now, this is a massive proposed project, up to 6,000 units. There's going to be 20-ish odd, maybe more, maybe less buildings that have apartments, affordable living. There's going to be townhome style living, all kinds of stuff, fully encompassed area. One of the really neat things about this project is that I know one of the struggles that the city was having was around traffic, transportation options. Well, the new highway has just been completed out there to connect that area, and it's already got significant kind of shopping amenities. You've got a Walmart out there, Sport Check, you've got the big tennis facility. There's likely going to be a new sports facility kind of attached with that many units going in by the bank group. And there's going to be, park assets. It's just going to be another all-encompassing community located kind of in almost what is considered to be no man's land between Bedford and Sackville. But the fact that there's already those shopping aspects there makes this a really high potential for something big to be done there, and it have the access into either Halifax or Dartmouth or Burnside, depending on where you want to go. Okay, so next we have one of the more ambitious projects, I guess, in Halifax that's significantly going to change what the waterfront and particularly what Dartmouth looks like. Just at the end of the bridge there, we've got what's called Little Brooklyn. It's going to be a massive development that is going to accompany 4 additional towers that are already almost complete, just on the other side of the bridge in an area that was kind of once upon a time a bit of no man's land. Now, this Little Brooklyn development is going to have 5 separate buildings. 2 are going to be 40 stories, 2 will be 36 stories, and then 1 will be a 10-story unit. So this is named after, not after Brooklyn in New York, but after a ball diamond which was once there, called the Little Brooklyn Ball Diamond. And the first building going up is called the Arrows, which is named after the the sports team that actually played at that ball diamond. Now, this first tower going up is a 40-story tower. It's going to have a golf simulator, kind of all the big amenities, save a pool. It will not have a pool, but that's all right because you're directly beside essentially the Dartmouth Sportsplex complex right there. So this is going to be a massive development, will significantly change the outlook of that area, and essentially where all these kind of low-scale shopping districts are right there. So you've got the No Frills, Shoppers, Dollarama, things like that. Those will be torn down, and in their place, these towers will be built. And right there, it's gonna, I keep saying this, but it's gonna really, I think, remind us of kind of North Vancouver and whatnot. Just on the other side of the bridge, it's gonna be a fully encompassed living area there. All right, up next we have the McMack Mall development, kind of on the other side of this hill in Dartmouth. Now, the McMack Mall, as most people who are familiar with Halifax, is known as kind of one of Dartmouth's staple mall. It's the big mall over there. But over the last couple of years, one of the local developers in town has purchased that, applied for new development restrictions, which would allow them essentially to put new placed as there is amazing highway access as well as transportation routes right there. A similar sister project, if you will, was proposed at the Halifax Shopping Centre. I don't really know where that stands currently, but it would be another one to look out for if we're talking about kind of mall redevelopment options. Now the mall will stay there, and I believe it will actually be expanded in the McMack Mall development, but the big bonus here is that they're going to be adding a significant amount of housing for a significantly diverse group of buyers or renters, depending on what people are looking for. Okay, up next we have Spring Garden West, which is going to be located kind of at the end of where Spring Garden and Roby meet, essentially. It's a big crossing point for the city, particularly leading into downtown. Now, this is another pretty ambitious project. It's going to have two 30-story towers, and then they're going to also kind of refurbish or add into the project for heritage or historic properties. They're not going to tear those buildings down. They're going to keep them as part of the new development. Now, this development is going to have some pretty unique designs. The developers are being really careful about ensuring that this is kind of part of a walkable part of downtown. They really want to turn this into a space that's very pedestrian friendly. And again, that part of Spring Garden, particularly where this development is going, while those buildings have been kind of falling into an older state, a state of just, they need to be replaced, if we're being quite honest. So I think something like this is a great use of that space. I'm excited to see what goes on with that development. Okay, for our last two developments, we're going to stay in the same spot. They're both occurring basically at where that yellow crane is. That crane is actually for the Skye development. Now, this is a 249 unit apartment complex and a 69 unit hotel. There's also going to be retail space, and this is a great development for this area. It's really well thought through. It's going to look really cool when it's complete, and it's going in a location that really hasn't had anything there for a long time. So it's a great filler and a great use of space in the downtown core. Now the Meridian is going to be a little bit, basically a block away from it. The way you can think of it is the Skye is located across the street from the Maple building. The Meridian is going to be located beside the Maple building in a larger space. This is going to have 460 apartments. It's going to basically look out, one side is going to look out directly towards the harbor, and this is going to have three separate towers ranging in between 6 stories and 20 stories. Again, full suite amenities, beautiful rooftop terrace, all that stuff. So another really great use of space to add some housing in and turn an area of Lower Water Street, which has been really underutilized. I don't know if people remember, but it used to be kind of the Government of Canada building there for a long time, and turn it back into a living space, connect the downtown core even more so with the harbor front, and who knows, I was doing some reading. I'm hoping that they put a little bit of commercial space on the bottom there just to tie in that part of downtown and add a little bit more retail amenities in the area. Okay folks, I hope you enjoyed this quick video on 7 new developments going on in and around Halifax. I'm Tom Moore, your host, and if you have any further questions about the city, about buying or selling in Halifax, then as always, be sure to reach out. Other than that, we'll see you in the next video.